So okay, now we will also take out the spool on the other side. This is actually the longer. It's probably like 2 yards here. I've given you enough so that you don't have to end it and put in a new wire, because that might be a little tricky to do that, although it's not really that hard. Okay, so what it is you just start sewing the beads on here. So again, it is all random. It's up to you where you place the beads. I like doing random stuff because somehow it gives you freedom, and the result is organic, and it just adds beauty and character to your piece. So this is your thread if you were sewing it, and then you just start weaving the wire onto here. Okay, you have to be careful. My best advice here that I can give you is to be careful not to tangle and not to kink your wire, because once that's done, it's very hard to undo it. So just be, take your time. Make sure that the wire is all in place and not all kinked up. So you want to bring the wire up to where you want to place your bead. And since I have a really long wire here, this is gonna take me a long time, but I'm just gonna show you the idea of it, and then I'm going to show you how to end and finish your piece. So I've strung the bead on there, and again, it's very simple. All you have to do is just sew it in however you want to do it. You just put the wire through the mesh and then pull it down, or just make it come up on the part of the mesh where you want to put your next bead. That's fine too. So now I have one bead on there, and maybe I would want to put in a paper bead on this part here, so I'll just put my wire here and make it come up on that part of my mesh. So again, see, you want to make sure that the wire is not going to be kinked. So here, and then maybe I'm gonna put a paper bead. Or this is also very pretty when you use pearls instead. Again, this would allow you so much versatility because you can use any beads you like. But in my channel, I always incorporate paper beads into all my projects, but you don't have to. So I'm just gonna pull it up like that, and then there. My next bead is attached. We're gonna do 3 more, and then I probably would want to come up here. Now you can take your time doing this because this is a fun project. You can stop and then look at your bead stash and say what, or think of what you can put in here. Again, you have to be careful not to kink your wire. I've given you enough wire so that you will be able to sew all the beads onto your piece. So I'm here now, and I'm gonna take a blue bead. I'm using seed beads for this project. And again, just sew it on like that. Okay. If for some reason you run out of wire. You just have to attach another wire. The good thing about the wire mesh is it is so user friendly because you cannot even tell that there is some mistakes that you have done. They will just all, you know, would just look just as if it were placed there on purpose, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'll have another paper bead, and again some glass beads, some coin shaped beads will be great for this. So you need to have a lot of elbow room when you're making this, because you just need to have that freedom to move around. Okay, so now I have done 4, and so on and so forth. So you just need to fill this up with your beads, and if you want, if you have one focal bead that you want to put in the center, that would also be a great idea. One focal bead that will be in the middle here, and then you continue. I'm going to be showing you now how to attach this piece. For the purpose of this of the video, we don't have enough time, so I won't be able to show you that I have filled everything up here. But I will let your imagination take over. So now let's say you have filled this up with your beads and your focal bead or whatever you want to put in there. Now it's time for us to finish it. So let's say you have used up all this wire now. So what you have left is that wire on the other side. So the way that you would connect them is just sew them like that. So the other wire is usually the shorter wire. So I'm just going to just like sewing two fabric pieces together like that. So just line them up and continue to just sew them. Again, make sure the wires are all straight like that, and then the way you end it is just maybe you want to sew one more back this way to reinforce it. So you see, you cannot even tell that it's been sewn together in this part here. And then you can just hide your tail or end it any way you want to, or hide it through your bead.